Welcome Taste Designs 107, I'm Yes in the Car Pack, you're the kings and queens. Today what I have for you guys is a Cinema 4D tutorial. This is the first episode of a series. The series will be showing you how you can make your own 3D intro using Cinema 4D and After Effects. The first episode will be this one, including camera movements and keying the 3D objects in Cinema 4D. The second episode will be lightings and the materials used for the intro, so we'll be doing that still in Cinema 4D. And the third episode will be the coloring, the speeding up, all those types of cut editing in After Effects. So we're going to spice it up in After Effects. So I really do hope that you enjoy this series. If you did, make sure to hit the like button for this episode. Let's see if we can get to 25 likes to indicate that you guys want to see more. And that'll be great. So yeah, let me know in the description, in the comments below, what you thought of the video, so I can thank you personally below. And let's get on to it. Welcome to the desktop. This is where the magic happens, and we're gonna get straight into this tutorial by opening up Photoshop, and we're gonna make our logo a work path so we can extrude it as an Illustrator AI and merge it into Cinema 4D to make it 3D. So to do this, as I said, open up Photoshop, and what the hell is going with my desktop? Okay, that's not normal. Where's my wallpaper? It's all good. Go to File, open up your own personal logo. So you will need a logo for this tutorial. I will be doing a logo tutorial in the future, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I'm going to be doing it for Enhanced Studios. Now, if you don't know this channel, it is my music channel. We have around 11 subscribers, but the videos are doing really well. We're uploading once a week, and yeah, I just want to make it into something. I use all the copyright free music from this channel on my channel here, so if you'd like to go check it out, you can. I'll be doing a separate video for it later when I get some more views. So you right click and do make work path once you've just selected just the logo. And I'm going to make the tolerance of 1.5, and this is fine because this logo is all straight lines, so it'll be easy. Then go to File, Export, pass to Illustrator. We're going to do it as a work path. Press OK. And I'm going to save it to my D drive in my videos, and this one is going to be 3D intro tutorial. We're going to press OK. We're going to open this one up, and we're going to save it. So what I will be showing you in today's tutorial is how to do all of the camera and camera movement and the movement of the logo. I'll be doing another tutorial just for like the materials, the lighting room that I would recommend, everything like that. And then I will be doing an After Effects tutorial. So this might be a 3 or 4 part series, but I really do want to make sure that you have the best intro possible after this. So we are going to go quickly up to the render settings, do the width 1920, and the height is going to be 1080p for this one. And then we're going to go to File, Merge, and bring in our new Illustrator path, which will be under this folder somewhere here. It should be there. Open this one up. And we're going to do a scale of 1. That is fine. It's going to put it somewhere here. And that's great. Now, my logo is actually very high resolution, so you can scale it down or not. I'll also have a couple separate paths, which is great. If you want to merge a couple paths together, what I suggest is you control click both, you right click and do connect objects plus delete, and then you have it as one path. What I'm planning is to have all these different parts come onto the screen at once. So if I take notice of this position, let's just go to this final one, and let's change the final position to 0, 0, 0, and we're gonna hit apply. So that is dead bang in the middle. And what you can do is, like, let's say this path right here. Let's just apply a quick extrude to it for an example. And if we move it, let's keyframe it 60 seconds, so 2 seconds under 30 FPS. And let's go back to the frame, And if we move it like here, just keyframe this one. Bam. And like if we move it here, so watch what happens when we play it. Comes back to the like the position. So that is that, but I'm going to be going through keyframing later in the tutorial. So, and we're also going to take off this extrude, because if we don't want that for now, it's just an example of what is to come. So we're going to grab up all our paths, and I'm thinking about making this separate or not. Actually, we'll make it separate. So we're going to keyframe all these paths. We're going to shift click all of these, hold Alt, and drag under and extrude. Now we need to drag and extrude for each path. So make the path a child of each extrude. There we go, I have 3 extrudes now. Okay, perfect. Bam. Bam. And I'm just going to put this one on the top. That one's okay. Now, I'm going to rename each extrude. So this one is going to be letter E. This extrude is going to be top S. And this one is going to be bot S. I'm going to find the depth that I like. So let's just say I like 90. Or I might do a bit thicker. Probably 100 should be good. And I think something like that shall do well for us. Maybe a little bit larger, because I like it thick. Anyway, so yep, that should do well. And remaining while those are still all selected, go to the cap start and then go fillet cap. Do the steps on both to 2, 2, 2, 2, or you can do 1, 1, 1, 1. That is fine. And we will have something like this going on now. And if we grab up our camera, so if we grab just a camera, put it atop or below, whatever you would like, and go into the normal view of white. When you press that little box, it will turn white. And just picture it on how far you want it from the screen. I think something like that should be well good. Okay, perfect. So now once we click out of this camera, we have our scene and everything is going well. So the next thing to do is to start keyframing this and have some different camera movements and everything like that. So first of all, grab your one, first of all, we'll need to change the length of this intro. So I'm thinking that a decent intro, once we have all of these little things, will be around 5 or something seconds long, 5 or 6. So I'm going to give myself plenty of room to work with. So let's just do calc. Bring up my calculator. And we're going to do 30 times 5, I think. So that's like 150. There we go. So 150 frames. Unless you want to do like a 60 frame intro. Actually, yeah, let's do 60 frames. So let's do 5 times 60 is 300. So there's going to be a lot more frames involved, but it's just going to look so much smoother in the overall thing. So we're going to click this little icon here for the record here. And if we go back here, and if we click here, I'll just show you an example. And see how it just slowly moves back there. And that is something that we would like. And we can change the tempo of this, like, in like After Effects and everything. but we need to make sure that we have all these keyframes the way that we like it. So we're gonna just set a keyframe for all these ones after 300. So we're gonna set one here, and this is going to be our final position. So no matter how we move it, it's gonna be working back towards there. So then what we are going to do is we are going to add in 3 cameras. We're going to drag the bottom camera here, so this one is going to be final shot. And we're going to name each camera first shot, second shot, whatever. So first shot, second, and then third. And we will, once we move these positions in a position like far away from this, then we will be able to start like keyframing the cameras to go around the text and everything. So if you go back to our final one and we move these out of the screen, so something like there, something like there. So these are going to be coming from 3 directions of the screen. Bam. And we can set a keyframe for all of these ones. Whoa. Just make sure that this one is gone back out. And we're also going to set a keyframe for this one. Okay, so now we have all those lines, and if I quickly just play through these, you can see that it all slowly comes back onto the screen. But what we have to do is add in some really nice little turns and everything like that, so we can get something different going on, because that would be the most boringest intro if it did happen. So to do that, now while these are moving backwards, we're going to make some like rotations of that. So this one we are going to just keyframe this position here again. So we press the key icon, and if we go here and rotate this one a little bit, just so it's like this, so once that's moving it can like move into place. And we will be doing the same for the other ones. So this one, you keyframe it here, and then you move it something like this. Rotations look really cool in 3D. So then if we go back to the final view, you can see these coming into place like that. Bam. And we can speed this all up in After Effects, so there's no problem if it's too slow or not. It's better to get all the frames than not get any of the frames, so we're just going to rotate this one. And if we go back to this final one, I'm also going to move this one out of the screen. I'm also going to move this one out of the screen. Bam. And now if we go to the final camera and just play through this one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so once we have done the movement of these ones finalized, you can see that I have all these cameras. So the next step is to get in the different camera angles. So to do that, we click out of our final camera, and we go to these ones. But before we do that, I want to change some of the settings with the keyframes on these ones. So you can see that they start to move in 5 seconds. We're going to get all our shots for the first 3 seconds. So for the first 3 seconds, that would be, just wait. Calculator. So 3 times 60, that's 180, I think. Three times 60. Yep, I was correct. My math is strong. So we're going to just click and drag the first one here and do the same for the others. $180, there you go. And just make sure that these are all the same ones. So after 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, or after 60 frames, then it's going to start to move in like that. So that is going to give us some playroom for getting our first shots with the camera angles. So to do the camera angles, just grab up 3 cameras like I said before. You should already have them. And we I'm just going to add in a stage into our document. So we're going to go up to here and do stage. Just going to make sure that I have something like this I like. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so yeah, now we have our stage. I'm also just going to zoom out with these ones, just to make sure I've got something that I like. That is the most important thing in the end, because I'm doing this intro as we speak for this channel. So okay, sweet. Come on, man, why are you giving me a hard time, bro? Oh my fucking god. Sorry for the language. Keeps on moving these camera angles. Sweet. Okay, great, but I need to zoom out, bring this one back. Bring this bad boy up. Now I want to zoom in. Perfect. So yeah, so now we're just going to edit the first camera. So we're going to bring into this one. This is going to be for the S. So I'm going to zoom right in, because with our texture, hopefully we'll get a really nice texture. And I'm just going to keyframe here, go 60 seconds in advanced, 60 frames in advance, and just zoom out a little bit, reposition my camera, something like this, and keyframe that one. So now once we have that, we should have something like that, but I just don't think that that looks like that attractive. So just zoom out and like that. And halfway through this, I want to do something like that. So just to make sure that I'm not really getting too up close and personal. So and you actually don't have to do some movements. You can do, like, what you can do is from after 60 frames, you can go up to here and just do that one, and look how simple that looks. Make sure that you're on 60 frames, not the first one. So this can be a bit tedious. Yeah, something like that. Something simple should be good. And then go to your stage. We are going to go to the object and drag the first one under here. And just keyframe this So you hold control and click that one, and then go to the 60, keyframe that, and then go one frame ahead. Then go to your then go back to your stage, and just drag the second camera onto there, and control click that. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna go straight from that one to that one in the space of one frame. And with the second camera, we're going to go out of the first and get our position. So I'm thinking I will get this one, something like this. And if I go like up here, if I press the keyframe on that one, and when I go ahead 30 frames, so that is going to be 90. I don't want to get that that E, so I'll probably go something like that. So now if we play through this one really quickly, it's a bit too abrupt, if you know what I mean. Let's go. Re-keyframe that one. It's first camera shot, that's second camera shot. I just feel like this one is just coming too close. Too close for comfort. We could just do like a slow camera. Yeah, something like that. See, we get that one frame with the E, that is not good. Something like this. So it's like a very tedious process, and a lot of intro tutorials are like this. I'm actually going to make the distance that we move from just smaller, so. Something like that. Keyframe that one, and then go from here, and instead of that rotation, I'm going to go something like this one. Keyframe that one. We're going to go up to here and keyframe that one, so then it's just like a straight movement. You want really simple camera movements so the eye doesn't get like kind of confused. Bam. Something like this. I'm really happy with that first one. And then from 90 we have to, I just feel like this is too short, so that is, oh, it's 120, yeah, something like that. Okay, so if we move this one, not, yeah, sorry, you guys just must have been like on the screen, what, it's 120, that's much more smoother, yeah. And then from 120 we go one keyframe off, bam, go back to our stage, we just go back to 120, control click that one, and then go to our third camera and drag this one onto it, but we have to be one frame ahead, so there. This one, control click that one, and then we have like a final camera. So there's our first camera, that is our second, and then we are going to go here, go into our third camera and get some shots of the E. I'm thinking coming from this direction upwards. Just go straight. Something like that. Keyframe this one, and then go ahead 60 frames, so that one would be 180. So we're going to do it 2 frames below that one, so because of we have to go ahead anyway to that one. So it's going to be roughly a second. Bam! And then that should be some slow camera movements. And then we have all those basically done. And then we can go to the second frame and do some movement. I just want some little bit of variation, probably. Keyframe that one. Just to get some of the twirls in there. Yeah, that looks good. So now if we play through this. And then we should have something like that. So now if we go to the next frame and go back to our stage, but actually we want to finalize that keyframe by pressing Control on that one, then go to the next frame, bring in our final camera and Control click that one, and then we should have something like this. So let's go and preview this one. Bam. And look how nice and sexy that looks. And we're going to be adding a lot of different things in After Effects and everything like that. I'm still not happy that these are out of the camera. Fucking god dang it. Yeah, okay. Now if we just finalize that camera. Now let's see if we can get a final camera movements. Nice and sexy. There we go. Bam. When these do come onto the shot, I just want to like the order. So I'm just not liking how far this S is into this one. If I could move this bottom S, something like that. Just go to the first one. Let's see if that didn't mess up the camera angle too much. That should be fine, I think. Like, even though the S is a bit too out of my liking. So, yeah guys, thank you so much for watching it. If you did like this series, or this first episode for the series to come, make sure to hit that like button and also comment below letting me know what you thought of the video so I can personally thank you down in the comments. And also follow me on Google+. Let's see if we can get me to 1,000 followers on Google+, because I want to get verified on YouTube, and that would help a lot. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.